I'm so glad you're joining us right now because Central City Opera invites you to experience the extraordinary as they close out the 2018 festival season with Encore, a musical review. It's an eclectic mix of old and new pieces of musical theater brought to life in this historic 550-seat Jewel Box Opera House in Central City. Emily Murdoch joins me now. She's the Associate Director of Education and Community Engagement, and Kurt Olds, a past apprentice and principal artist with Central City Opera and the creator of Encore, joins us now. Good to see you both. Hi.
Good to see you too.
Now, you're a newbie to the show, so I'm glad you're here. We have so much to talk about.
I've watched you on TV.
Oh, well, thank you. All right, so Emily, let's talk about the Opera House. For somebody who's not familiar with Central City Opera, tell me a little bit about the organization.
Yeah, well, like you said, we were established in 1932, and so 86 years strong this year. And it's wonderful. When you go up to Central City, you go up Eureka Street, up the hill from Main Street, and you see it's kind of like you're going back in time. Yeah. And our Jewel Box Theater is absolutely gorgeous and perfectly suited. The acoustics could not be better.
That is so beautiful. Just the ceiling alone. It's like, oh! You know, when you think of Central City Opera, I think most think of gambling. But where are you located at? Because it's such a historic town.
Yeah, so Main Street is where most of the casinos are, and then we're on Eureka Street, which is perpendicular to that, so up the hill.
Gotcha.
Just keep going up, you'll find us.
And the 2018 season and festival is kind of winding down. What do you have in store for us?
Well, today is the last performance of Verdi's Il Trovatore, and Sunday is the last performance of The Magic Flute. Both have been just phenomenal shows, really fun, exciting, great singing. And then next week we've got Encore, a musical review, which is brand new this year. We've not done this before. Full orchestra, three performances, and we're very, very excited. Something for everybody.
Of course, and I'm excited, Kurt, that you're here because you had the vision for this production, right?
Yeah.
Wow, tell me a little bit about your background.
Yeah, well, so I started at Central City Opera. They have an apprenticeship program that's nationally ranked, and I was fortunate years ago, almost 25 years ago, to get a spot in that, and I've just kept a wonderful relationship with Central City Opera over the years, and I kind of go back and forth between Broadway and opera, and so they called me up and said, hey, let's talk about this project called Encore, sort of start to be a grand ending to each season, and it just featured show tunes and the full orchestra, some soloists, and some of the apprentices, the current apprentices.
That's wonderful. Yeah. You are so talented to be able to perform and then put something like this together, so you work in front of everyone but also behind the scenes. That takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, I don't do it too often, but here, since it's family, and you know, it's kind of a special project and curated, you know, just with myself in mind. In some cases, it's a little easier to do that.
So with your experience with Broadway, what's your vision for this production? Give me more details.
Well, the concept behind the Encore was chosen as the title. So what I did was I went back and looked at the shows that Central City has done in the past, musicals, and it sort of anchors with those: Sound of Music, Showboat, you know, Man of La Mancha, all those big shows. And then we looked at shows that they can conceivably do in the future.
Wonderful.
And it sort of did itself, you know.
So those musicals are the pieces that we can expect to hear, all the biggies, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, will you hear "Doe, a dear"?
No, you won't.
That's the one I know from Sound of Music.
It was hard to pick. You know, what selection from Sound of Music do you
Which one did you pick?
I have Confidence, the one from the movie with Julie Andrews.
Of course, that's beautiful. Yeah. What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Well, I'm going to be doing a number myself from The Bridges of Madison County, which is actually a new show by Jason Robert Brown.
Yes.
And so that's sort of newly orchestrated for us here at Central City. It'll have its debut at the house, you know, and we have some new special treats like that go along with songs from Oliver and songs from Showboat. You know.
Wow!
So you get the whole gamut of contemporary musical theater and also your old chestnuts.
I am so excited to see it. Can you give me a little bit more about your character? Like, explain who you're playing.
Yeah. Well, you know, we just kind of take that from the song we're doing at the time. You know, I do.
So you're playing several different ones.
Yeah, like Henry Higgins from My Fair Lady. We do some selections from that. So you take on a Henry Higgins. Harold Hill from The Music Man. We do a big number from that. So you got Trouble in River City that everybody knows. And yeah, you just kind of try to emulate that one moment in the show in the song that you're doing at the time.
So I've never performed on stage like that. Give me, what's the one thing I should know? Like, do I look at the audience in the eyes, or what should I do? What's the key thing?
Yeah, in concert you get to do that because
Yeah.
you're literally there with the people. You can't do that when you're doing the full production. We have what we call the fourth wall that you're supposed to just kind of lower and do your show and keep that encapsulated. But in a concert, no, we want to look out there and see, you know, our fans and who's in that house and bring them into that experience. And
Is there really such things as jazz hands?
oh, you bet.
Yeah, you
and,
do that.
And you use them sparingly, but yeah, you know. Yeah, you know, that cheesy part of everything is part of why we love show business.
Well, if you ever need somebody to like,
to bring your jazz hands.
Yeah, just last minute to fill in and be a corny person. It's not easy being cheesy.
Hey, well,
I'm your girl.
We would love to get you at Central City Opera.
Hey,
They do that. You know,
I
they
will.
have celebrities
Call
in
me.
shows.
Call me.
We'll set it up tomorrow.
I'll totally do it.
We'll do it.
Quickly, where can I get more information? Our Colorado and Company viewers for Encore.
Yeah, centralcityopera.org, or they can call the box office at 303-292-6700.
Gotcha. All right. Oh, I'm warming up. Experience the extraordinary in Central City with Encore, a musical review, an eclectic mix of musical theater. Patrons will enjoy the brilliant melodies of on and off Broadway tunes on August 8th, 9th, and 11th. What are you waiting for? Buy your tickets now. Visit centralcityopera.org or by calling the box office at 303-292-6700.